I released a video a while ago reviewing some of my experiences with having an autism spectrum disorder, getting diagnosed with it, etc. But I really wanted to expand upon the concept that really challenged me the most and I had the biggest problems with, and that's social anxiety. I'll just link to that old video down in the description below. So as a young kid, I was the guy behind the kid behind the mother's legs, right? I was very shy and very nervous about approaching anyone for any reason. So much so that I used to bribe my brother. My parents would give us food to go and buy, a hot dog at the vendor or whatever. And I would bribe my brother so that he would go up to the counter and pay for our food. That was a great deal for him. He loved that. But it's always a thing, right? With social anxiety, it always is there. I still struggle with social anxiety, even when it's a interaction that I really want to have with somebody. And that's something I've just worked with over the years, and you just kind of have to work into it. A really good example of this is when Mewtwo King, he's a prominent Smash player, he came to Calgary for a tournament. And I was very excited about this and ended up, I wanted to give him some money to support him and really tell him what an inspiration he was for me as a person with an autism spectrum disorder. Someone of his ilk was really inspirational to me, because even though he had habits that were forming, he was still able to play Melee at a high level, and that was something I was concerned about for a period while I was playing Melee, if I would ever be good enough to break out of the habits that I had created. I have since improved in Melee and broken a lot of habits, still working on a lot of them. And when I ended up meeting Mewtwo King, I ended up giving him the money that I wanted to give him to support him for what he's doing. And we had a very brief interaction, and I really didn't get up the nerve to tell him what an inspiration he'd been to me. I was very nervous about it in general, even though it was an interaction I had been looking forward to for months. And it's always continual growth with social anxiety. All I can really give for advice is the same thing everyone else gives, is you really have to put yourself out of your comfort zone and just go up and just pull the Band-Aid off and just do it. But there is always an upside. With social anxiety, if you're a somewhat reserved person, you might be very self-conscious about how you look when you're being nervous about that, but most people can't tell that outwardly, and that's something I've learned over the years. Is as a reserved person, I can take time to deal with my anxiety in a social situation and then approach whoever it is, really get my courage up and then do that, and that looks good on me. People who rush into social situations and don't really have the same care about what they're saying and what they're doing can have a completely different effect. And oftentimes people respect me for my reserved attitude, and that's really something that's a positive about social anxiety. You don't see it when it's you, but when you're reserved in a social situation, people really enjoy that. But that's going to be it for now, guys. Look forward to, I did a speedrun marathon, speedrun at an Extra Life marathon event recently, so the footage for that will be going up soon. And stay tuned for more videos. Obviously, they're not going to be coming out at the same rate they were before, because I'm no longer speedrunning. Thank you for your time, and goodbye.